Exterior of the USS Pecker. Dark. The Cox's ship flies through space. Captain's log, stardate 06969. We left the canine cluster en route for Pussy Paradise. No one seems to be able to find it. Interior of the USS Pecker. Engine room. Lit. Richard Cox runs around pecking at buttons as lights flash.
I've scanned the entire region, Peter. No planet, no pussies, no paradise.
Interior of the USS Pecker. Bridge. Lit. Peter Cox's men spreading in the captain's chair. Check again, Dick. I want to make sure you get shore leave. We've worked hard to bring happiness to animals across the universe, and you deserve to get off.
We both deserve to get off.
Peter Cox grimaces, but says nothing. Interior of the USS Pecker engine room lit. The console lights up in front of Richard Cox. Talk to me, Dick! Richard Cox runs excitedly in 2 circles before running out the door and up the long hallway toward the head of the ship. Interior of the USS Pecker bridge lit. Richard Cox bursts in through the back doors. Richard Cox pecks the console, bringing a depression up on the screen. What is that monstrosity?
Well, Peter, if I'm correct, we're hovering over the major and minor folds of a gravity well. And if my calculations are correct, Pussy Paradise is hidden within its folds.
This is no time to hesitate, Dick. The mystery must be penetrated. Full thrust. Cox in space, not in your face.
Spreading happiness through the universe. Peter
and Richard
are there for you.
At last is Cox in space. Exterior Pussy Paradise Beach. Day. Peter Cox and Richard Cox stroll past lounging fat cats. I don't remember these pussies being quite so fat. Richard Cox pulls out a medical device and scans a cat with it.
Are you okay?
Meow.
I don't think they're okay.
Stand back! I'm gonna blast him with the O-ray! Richard Cox draws a massive gun, firing O-rings at the fat cat. The fat cat moans and dark matter bursts out of him, hitting the sand. I'm gonna hit him with multiple O's!
I don't think he could survive it.
Interior Kit Kat Lounge dim. Fat cats sit at small tables eating Feelings cat food from milk bowls. I want you to put your paws together for Miss Luna Purry. Luna enters the stage before stepping down into the audience.
I know you got the blues. I know you feel down. But you gotta keep your chin up, kid, to turn it around. I know you got that deep sadness. I know you got it down in your soul. You've been eating your feelings right out of a bowl.
Luna approaches Peter Cox and Richard Cox in the shadows.
Don't you remember what it is to love? Don't you remember what it is to soar like a dove? We were all meant to have joy. Every girl, every boy.
Richard Cox is smitten with Luna, who flicks her tail at him. The music swells and Luna leans in to Richard Cox, whispering in his ear hole. What did she say to you?
She said to meet her in her dressing room.
Fine, but wear protection. Interior Kit Kat Lounge dressing room. Lit. Richard Cox is sitting in a chair with an egg-shaped shield around him as Luna enters. She notices his shield and arches an eyebrow.
I like a cock that's prepared. You got a name? Richard. How were you able to get in? The door was unlocked.
Luna goes to change behind a screen, her head looking over.
I meant the planet. Pussy Paradise is sunk in a gravity well. Everyone's depressed and I want us to get out of it. We can't see the stars.
Luna exits from behind the screen wearing her veterinary scrubs.
I'll bring back the stars, Miss Purry.
Interior Kit Kat Lounge dim. Peter Cox is leaning up against the bar, talking to bartender Cat. What's good around here?
Let me make you up something special.
Bartender cat pours Feelings cat food into a milk bowl for Peter Cox. I don't generally eat cat food, but... Peter Cox pecks at the Feelings, growing fatter as he eats. Wow! I didn't think I'd like it, but this is really good. I wasn't even going to take this vacation, but my brother insisted. He needed a break. He probably thought I needed one too. But wow! Is there more of this? Dick, you should try some of this.
I can get you as much as you need.
Interior Feelings cat food fat cat's office, day. Muskie, the fat cat CEO, lays in a pool of sunlight on a big desk. Marbles! We've done it! We've developed all of Pussy Paradise in a gravity well.
The beach is full of fat pussies who can't do anything but soak up the sun.
Perfect. The less they have to do, the more content they are.
Well, you are a content creator.
Marbles, a thin cat, dangles a string for Miss Muskie to bat at. When I was a kitten, the world was a dangerous place. I was a barn cat fighting for survival. Starving. When I founded Feelings, I vowed that no cat would ever be hungry again, and now our bellies are full.
Who's a good kitty?
Exterior 2D Pussy Paradise bright. Muskie rapidly builds the Feelings factory brick by brick. Trucks are running in the front door and leaving out the back doors.
In the past, bowls were always half empty and no one had anything to eat. All of catkind was starving in the street until Muskie Whiskerton patented Feelings, the cat food that made you feel full. Because when you're full, you're loved.
Trucks drive to the cities, stopping at the cats' houses. The cats come outside and get the Feelings food for them. They take it inside and start eating together as a family. All the cats grow fatter.
Giving every citizen their fair share, Feelings cat food fed every family throughout the world, spreading joy everywhere. No more want. Each cat was free to live their lives in luxury.
Exterior 2D outer space dark. The space below Pussy Paradise began to warp and wrap itself around the planet and its sun, pulling it down into a gravity well.
The more full they became, the more dense they became. The more dense they became, the denser the planet became, until space swallowed them and their sun. And so, Pussy Paradise became a true paradise in the safety of its isolation.
Interior 2D Feelings cat food fat cat's office day. Muskie lays in a pool of sunlight on a big desk. Marbles beside him.
Muskie's plan was a success. No kitten left behind, and Muskie basked in his victory. Little did he know that Marbles Katovich, his faithful assistant, had been manipulating the formula right under his nose.
Interior 2D Feelings cat food lab bright. Marbles makes a batch of cat food, pouring dark matter into the food. He looks at the camera, and a speech bubble comes out of his mouth that reads, "Dark matter is healthier than milk matter." Exterior 2D Pussy Paradise bright. Drones fly out of the Feelings factory to the cats' houses. Drones bringing food inside the cats' houses. Drones feeding the cats.
Since they were full, nobody wanted to do anything. No one went to work or spent time with their kittens. No one made war or art or love. No one moved from their food bowls. And there was peace on Pussy Paradise.
Interior Feelings cat food security control day. Marbles is watching a wall of screens.
Drone to table to mouth, no one can stop me meow.
Interior Kit Kat Lounge dim. Richard Cox and Luna enter from the back to find Peter Cox missing.
My Peter's gone.
Richard Cox leaps over the bar, roughing up the bartender.
Where's my brother? Take it easy. He said he needed a vacation. So I sent him to the Feelings factory so he could take a permanent vacation.
Richard Cox roughs the bartender up some more before Luna speaks up.
The factory. You know what they'll do to him there? Feelings. Now chicken flavored.
Richard Cox throws the bartender over the bar, bowl smashing.
No one's eating Cox today.
Interior factory, Marbles lab, night. Marbles is circling a really fat Peter Cox.
It was fortunate that you arrived when you did, Cock. You're gonna help me make more flavorful feelings. The more they eat their feelings, the more alone they'll be. We'll all be.
Peter Cox struggles to stand up, but Marbles bats at him. Tell me why you think it's better to be alone. I couldn't live without my brother.
And I can't live without mine either.
Exterior space bright. Space bends as Pussy Paradise plummets deeper into the gravity well.
When we reach maximum density, we'll breach the cervix of reality. We're going to the birthing place of the universe, and I'll get my brother back.
Interior of the factory, Marbles lab, night. Marbles flicks a switch and Kibble starts falling out of the ceiling down a chute in the floor where a large blade spins.
Before I turn you into Kibble, are you ready for some bits?
Marbles rolls Peter Cox toward the blade, and Peter Cox is helpless. Tell Dick I love him! Marbles rolls Peter Cox back.
That was a close shave.
Oh, thank you. No! Marbles rolls Peter Cox toward the blade again. Why are you doing this?
Dark humor makes dark matter. Cock.
Exterior factory, front door, night. Luna and Richard Cox are crouched in the shadows.
Then I'm gonna scale the wall and get through the vents. I'll meow 3 times. I'll bet it's unlocked.
Richard Cox opens the door, and Luna looks disappointed. Exterior space, dark. Sparks fly off Pussy Paradise as it grinds against the edge of the universe. Cracks form on the dark space as a planet breaks through. Exterior factory, lab, balcony, bright. Marbles is standing facing the supernova with his paws raised.
Brother, I have come.
Marbles rises into the air and flies toward the light. Exterior cat heaven, bright. Marbles lands gracefully on the streets, where Jax is among others.
Jax.
Jax looks shocked when he sees Marbles. What are you doing here? You have all 9 lives left.
Pussy Paradise wasn't a paradise without you.
You're not welcome here. You're alive.
Do you know what it cost for me to get here? I sacrificed everyone for you.
Interior factory, Marbles lab, bright. Peter Cox is slowly rolling toward the spinning blade. Burcock! Muskie rolls into the door with a string in his hand. Chicken flavored? Why didn't I think of that? Muskie lassos Peter Cox's neck, choking him. Interior factory, processing floor, bright. Luna and Richard Cox walk past machines, light cracking reality.
You must have such an amazing life being out among the stars, seeing new worlds. I wish I could be out spreading joy with you guys. I studied medicine by day, music by night, classically trained in jazz, tap. I took an improv class once.
Richard Cox steps, putting his wing out to her.
Look, it's not all fun and games. There are real dangers. There's death. And we don't always win. I wish our planet learned peace the way Pussy Paradise has. It's not paradise for me.
Interior factory, Marbles lab, bright. Luna and Richard Cox burst through the door to see Muskie choking Peter Cox. Muskie has been replaced by a fox and laser blasts through the air. Richard Cox dives to the ground and scrambles wildly for cover. Do you hear the cheeping cock? Do you hear the babies cheeping? Interior factory, Marbles lab, bright. Richard Cox is under a desk, holding his knees and shaking.
I couldn't get to them in time.
Luna crawls under the desk and a tear rolls down Richard Cox's face. Interior cat house, night. Luna's father is tucking a kitten Luna into bed. What do we do when we worry? Meow. It isn't time to worry. Meow. Interior cat house, night. Luna is tucking her elderly father into bed.
What do we do when we worry? Meow.
It isn't time to worry. Meow.
Meow.
Interior feelings factory, Marbles lab, bright. Luna curls up to Richard Cox, who has a haunted, faraway look.
When we're together forever, and nothing can harm us. Meow.
Luna pulls a blue vial from her pouch.
I want you to take this. It's an anti-shockulant. Just breathe, Richard. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere.
Richard Cox's eyes come into focus as Luna strokes his face.
You're so kind.
Muskie pokes his head over the edge of the desk. Is he okay?
His respiration is returning to normal, but his heart rate won't go down.
I just pulled the other one off the conveyor belt. Muskie falls off the desk, landing flat on his back, unable to get up. Curse you, Marbles! I was meant to feed the entire world, but you took it too far!
You were just trying to feed everyone? You weren't trying to make fat pussies to bring us into the gravity well?
Of course not! I didn't want to make you fat! I wanted to make you full! This gravity well is Marbles' idea! I just wanted to make the highest quality cat food available, and that rat hijacked my plans! And it tasted so good! Peter Cox is rolling around in the background. It's so good!
Bakak?
Bakak!
How do we know we can trust you?
He literally just saved my life. Interior cat heaven, bright. Marbles grabs Jax's paws.
If I can't stay, you're coming with me.
Marbles tries to fly away with Jax, but Jax doesn't budge. This is the real pussy paradise. Interior feelings factory, Marbles lab, bright. Luna helps Richard Cox stand as Peter Cox struggles to stand. Marbles was trying to make everyone as lonely as he was.
Love is the only cure for loneliness.
Peter Cox puts his wing on Richard Cox's shoulder to steady himself.
I love my brother. We can use that to force out the dark matter.
Luna pulls out a large syringe, looking at Richard Cox.
Love hurts.
Exterior space, bright. Pussy paradise begins to slowly reverse direction. Exterior cat heaven, bright. The cat goddess, Grisabella, descends to where Jax and Marbles are. Marbles, you can't stay here.
I can't leave. My brother's here.
But you'll bring suffering to paradise.
But I'll be good.
You can't. I love you so much. You need to listen to Grisabelle. Live your 9 lives fully. I'll be waiting here for you. It's time to go.
I'll go. But I'll be back. See you soon, brother.
Marble tugs Jax one last time and then lifts into the air. Exterior factory, lab, balcony. Bright. Marbles lands gently and Peter Cox shoots him with an O-ray. Cheerios, my good sir. Marbles moans as dark matter spills out of him and across the floor. Exterior feelings factory, lab, balcony, dark. Marbles sits up, wiping his eyes and looks sincerely at Peter Cox.
Thanks. I needed that. I thought seeing my brother again would make me happy, and it did. And she was right. I have too many lives left to live. I've got to make the most of them.
Marbles looks adorable. Aww. Muskie puts out his paws to Marbles, helping him up. We want you to tell us how you use the dark matter so we can reverse it and we can all go on with our lives.
If I can see your notes, we need to use the power of brotherly love, but on a planetary scale.
Marbles goes to his desk and Luna follows him, seeing photos of Jax. The close-up. Marbles as a kitten being held and bottle-fed by Jax.
I remember the first time Jax died for me. It was winter and we were starving, and There's only enough food for one of us.
Luna looks at him with shock.
You've experienced brotherly love too. We can use that to cure Pussy Paradise. I'll hook him up to the public address system, and we'll pump his love to every cat.
Richard Cox starts hooking Marbles up to the machines. Close up. Marbles and Jax as kittens playing in a river.
When we were little, I got in way over my head and the current grabbed me. But Jax dove in after me and got me to shore, and before he went under himself.
Interior Cat's house dim. Fat cats are listening to Marble's story on the TV.
When I was a teenager, I got heavy into catnip, and my brother OD'd by eating a bag to save me from the drugs.
Exterior space dark. Pussy Paradise is moving more quickly out of the gravity well. Interior Feelings Factory, Marbles lab dark. Marbles is hooked up to the machine.
It's working. We've got planet-wide emotional connectivity. Jax became a firefighter when we grew up, rescuing kittens from trees and all that. He had lives to spare.
Exterior Cat House night. The house is on fire. Firefighter Jax runs into the inferno.
I thought it was a phase that he'd grow out of, so I waited for him to.
Interior Marbles house night. Marbles is yelling at Jax, who is dirty after a long day.
How many kittens do you need to save? What makes them more important than you? You've got to think about your future. What am I going to do when you're finally gone?
Interior Feelings Factory, Marbles lab dark. Marbles is hooked to the machine, looking devastated.
And then he was gone, and I was alone.
Dark matter pours out of Marbles and is sucked up into the machine. Interior Cat sounds are dim. The fat cats grow fatter as dark matter pours out of their TV. Interior Feelings Factory, Marbles lab dark. Peter Cox notices that his feet are starting to get fat. Slow down, pussy! I'm getting engorged! Richard Cox rushes to unplug the machine and is blocked by Muskie.
This is no time to cockblock.
I can't help it! I've lost all control! Marbles laughs evilly.
You fools! You think I'd give up that easily? If they want to keep me out of paradise, I'm gonna give them hell!
Exterior Cat Heaven bright. Jax is looking up at the sky as Pussy Paradise breaks through. Oh, brother.